This is a lung ultrasound looking for a pneumothorax, and there's two things I want you to take away from this. The first is when you're doing a lung ultrasound and you're saving your clips to see if there's a pneumothorax, I can't have the probe moving as it is in this case. I need to have the probe still so I can see if the pleura is moving back and forth. And because you're moving the probe between rib spaces, I can't tell if in this view here if there is lung slide or not. Now I can see what appears to be either comet tails or B-lines, so it's not a pneumothorax, but in terms of having the pleura move back and forth, that's hard for me to tell. The second thing is this structure here, this moving structure, which is most likely a cardiac pulse. It's not a lung pulse. I think this is part of the pericardium, or if you were to increase your depth, the heart would be more deep. The problem is this indicates to me that you're too low on the chest wall. You need to move the probe to the point where you don't see this structure happening, and that would mean to me that you need to move the probe more towards the head and more lateral on the chest wall. You really want to get in the first or second rib space to really make sure that your sensitivity of the test is as high as it can be. So the main take-home points are when you're doing lung ultrasound looking for a pneumothorax, find your two rib spaces and keep the probe still. The second thing is if you see a beating structure like you do here, this means that your test for a lung sliding yes or no is inadequate. You need to move the probe most likely towards the head or a little bit more lateral to the point where you don't see this happening, because that would give you either a false positive or false negative result. I hope that makes sense. This is something where if I were at the bedside it'd be much easier to teach, but let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for saving.